Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mohammad Ismail. I am a first year student in the Bachelor's of Engineering in Computer Science and Engineering with the specialization of Data Science in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Today I am going to talk about corrosion. Let me see the contents. First we will discuss about introduction, next definitions, next theory of corrosion, next type of corrosion, next corrosion control methods, next disadvantages of corrosion. At end we discuss about conclusion. Let us start from introduction. Corrosion, the silent destroyer, is an electrochemical process that degrades metals causing them to lose their integrity and strength. It is a pervasive phenomenon affecting everything from bridges and buildings to pipelines and electronics. Its impact is far-reaching, resulting in safety concern, economic losses and environmental damage. Understanding corrosion's mechanisms and implementing preventive measures is crucial role to safeguard our infrastructure and ensuring the longevity of our metal assets. Next, what is corrosion? The destruction of metal or alloy surrounding environment through chemical or electrochemical reaction. Example, rusting of iron, a reddish brown formation on iron. The reaction takes place Fe2 plus 2OH gives rise to FeOH twice. Its final reaction is 4FeOH twice plus O2 plus 2H2O gives rise to Fe2O3 into 3H2O. It is a reaction of rusting iron. Next we will discuss about important topic, that is electrochemical theory of corrosion. According to electrochemical theory, when a metal such as iron is exposed to corrosive environment, following changes occurs. A large number of tiny galvanic cells with anodic and cathodic region are formed. Here is a diagram. In this diagram we can see at anodic region oxidation reaction takes place and metal gets converted into its ion, liberating electrons. Consequently, metal undergoes corrosion at the anodic region. Next, at cathodic region, reduction reaction takes place. Since the metal cannot be reduced further, metal atom at the cathodic region are unaffected by cathode region. At anode. At anode, oxidation takes place in which the metal converted into the ions liberation electron. Fe gives rise to Fe2 plus 2 electrons. At cathode, the cathodic reaction is based on nature of environment. Here reduction of either H plus or water takes place and the reaction are as follows. In the absence of oxygen, in acidic medium, liberation of hydrogen takes place. 2H plus 2 electrons gives rise to H2. In neutral or alkaline medium, hydrogen ions are formed with simultaneously liberation of hydrogen. The reaction is 2H2O plus 2 electrons gives rise to 2OH plus H2. In presence of oxygen, in acidic medium, absorption of oxygen takes place. The reaction is 4H plus O2 plus 4 electrons gives rise to 2H2O. In neutral or alkaline medium, hydroxide ions are formed. The reaction is 2H2O plus O2 plus 4 electrons gives rise to 4OH minus. Next, then iron ions Fe2 plus form anode combine with hydroxyl ions from cathode to form iron hydroxide on the surface between the anode and cathode areas. Fe2 plus 2OH minus gives rise to FeOH twice. In iron hydroxide, Further reaction with oxygen and water forming a hydrated iron oxide which is the corrosion product. 4FeOH twice plus O2 plus 2H2O gives rise to 2Fe2O3 into 3H2O. This is the corrosion product. Next, type of corrosion. In that, first one is differential metal corrosion. This type of corrosion occurs due to the difference in electrode potential of metals on combining two different metals. When two similar metals are in contact with each another and exposed to corrosive conducting medium, the metal with lower electrode potential acts as anode, undergoes oxidation and gets corroded, and the other metal with higher electrode potential acts as cathode and unaffected. This type of corrosion is known as galvanic corrosion or differential metal corrosion. Next, the rate of corrosion depends mainly on difference in potential between two metals. Higher the difference in electrode potential, faster is the rate of corrosion. At anode, the reaction takes place. M gives rise to Mn plus electrode. At cathode, reduction takes place depend upon the nature of the environment. 2H plus 2 electrons gives rise to H2. Next example, tin coating copper vessels. Next, sheet steel pipe connected to copper plumbing. Next type of corrosion is differential aeration corrosion. When a metal is exposed to different oxygen or electrolyte concentration, it forms galvanic cells or oxygen concentration cell. Part of the metal exposed to lower concentration of oxygen acts as anode and undergoes corrosion, whereas other part of metal exposed higher concentration of oxygen becomes cathodic and remain unaffected. This kind of corrosion is called differential aeration corrosion. In that reactions take place at anode Fe2 gives rise to Fe2 plus 2 electrons. At cathode 2H2O plus O2 plus 4 electrons gives rise to 4 OH. Overall reaction is Fe2 plus 2OH gives rise to FeOH twice. Example, waterline corrosion. Next, pitting corrosion. In that waterline corrosion, it is observed in steel or iron water tank partially filled with water. When a steel tank is partially filled with water for a long time, the inner portion of the tank below the waterline is exposed only to dissolved oxygen, whereas the portion above the waterline is exposed to more oxygen. Thus, the portion above the waterline acts as anode and undergoes corrosion. The upper portion acts as cathode and is unaffected. Here we can see in the diagram a distinct brown line is formed just below the water line due to deposition of rest. The cell reactions are at anode M gives rise to Mn plus N electrons. At cathode 2H2O plus O2 plus 4 electrons gives rise to 4 OH. Next, pitting corrosion. This type of corrosion is observed when dust particles or oil drops deposited over the metal surface. First one is metal surface is not homogeneous. External environment is not homogeneous. Next, crystallography directions are not equal in the reactivity. Next, environment are not uniform with respect to concentration. Next, pitting corrosion is deposition of impurities like dust, sand, drops of oil or water on metal surface induce pitting corrosion. Part of metal covered by the impurities is in contact with less oxygen concentration compared to other part of metal. Due to this uneven oxygen concentration, cell is formed. The part of metal below the impurity which is in contact with less oxygen concentration acts as anode and undergoes protecting the other part of the metal. Corrosion starts just beneath dust particles, resulting in formation of small hole known as pit. Since this type of corrosion result in formation of pit, it is known as pitting corrosion. Once the pit is formed, rate of corrosion increase, electrons from the cathodic area increases. Next, corrosion control methods. First, we will discuss about protective coatings. In that, paints and enamels. Applying a protective coatings on the surface of metals helps creating a barriers between the metals and the corrosive environment, preventing direct exposure. Metallic coating. Zinc, aluminum and other metals can be applied as coating through processes like galvanization, providing sacrificial protection to the underlying metal. Next, inhibitors. In that, corrosion inhibitors. These chemicals are added to the corrosive environment to reduce the corrosion rate. Inhibitors can be applied as coatings, added to fluid or incorporated into the material itself. Next, cathodic protection. In cathodic protection, we can see galvanic cathodic protection involves connecting a more reactive metals to the metal to be protected. The sacrificial anode corroded, sacrificially protecting the structure. Next, impressive current cathodic protection involves applying an external current to the metals to counteract the corrosion process. Next, alloy selection. Choosing corrosion resistance alloy for specific applications helps improve the material's overall resistance to corrosion. For example, using stainless steel in environment with high corrosion potential. Next, design modification. Modifying the design of structures or components to eliminate areas prone to corrosion, such as reducing creasing or ensuring proper drainage to prevent the accumulation of corrosion substance. Next, proper material selection. Selecting materials with inherent resistance to specific corrosive environment. For instance, using materials with high corrosion resistance in marine or chemical process application. Next, environmental control. Controlling the environment to minimize exposure to corrosive elements. These may include maintaining proper humidity levels, temperatures control, or implementing ventilation system. Regular maintenance. Implementing routine inspection and maintenance to identify and address corrosion issue promptly. This includes cleanly repainting and replace corroded components. Next, cathodic inhibition. Applying a cathodic potential to the metal surface to inhibit corrosion. This method is used in some specialized applications such as in the protection of undergoing pipelines. Next, polymer coating. In polymer coating, applying polymer coatings such as epoxy or polyurethane coating to provide a protective barrier against corrosion. Next, disadvantages of corrosion. Structural degradation. Corrosion weakness the structural integrity of materials. Over time, it can lead to loss of material, thinning of components, and the development of cracks, jeopardizing the strength and stability of structures. Next, reduce mechanical properties. Corrosion often results in the reaction of mechanical properties such as tensile strength, ductility and toughness. This can compromise the ability of materials to withstand applied force and stresses. Next, safety hazards. In industrial such as oil and gas, transportation and infrastructure. Corrosion can pose serious safety risk. Weakened materials may fail under stress, leading to accidents, spills, and structural collapses. Next, decreasing lifespan. Corrosion significantly shortens the lifespan of material and structure. It accelerates the aging process, leading to premature failure and the need for more frequent repairs and replacement. Next, increasing maintaining cost. Regular maintenance and repair activities are required to address the effect of corrosion. This leads to increased costs in terms of time, labor and materials. Next, loss of functionality. Corrosion can affect the functionality of mechanical and electronic components in industries such as automotive and aerospace. It can lead to the manufacture of crucial systems. Next, let me come to conclusion. Corrosion is a pervasive challenge that demands our attention in the world of engineering. It's not just about protecting the aesthetic of our structure, it's about ensuring the durability and safety. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.